All right, got Zyak here from D.O.A. Lures. He fishes primarily just in the bays, backcountry fishing. I mean, come on, he works at D.O.A. He knows and uses every lure that they have.
So I've fished with Justin many times in the past. What I've learned is you can be ready to expect anything.
We just got off of a 20-inch rain event over the past couple of days. Our beautiful emerald green water here just turned black. There's something busting up here, I have no idea what it is, but on a day like today when it's blowing and the water's dirty and you don't really know what you're going after, you see activity on the surface, you better check it out. Oh, got him! I got the boat. Man, they're pretty. So late summer, run and gun fishing is part of our regular routine. Every day that I'm running out there, I keep passing by this big cargo ship. Yeah, I mean, all the way to the bottom here, there's stuff everywhere.
Chasing the Sun is brought to you by D.O.A. Fishing Lures, the unfair advantage. Dorado Boats, custom fishing boats. Dulce Vida Tequila. And by Fire Disc Cookers, built to haul, cooks it all.
All right, got Zyak here from D.O.A. Lures. Drove up all the way from where?
Stewart.
From Stewart, which is the home base of D.O.A.
It is. Everything's made right there in Stewart, Florida. Everything all USA. I'm pretty proud of that.
I'm from Stewart, Florida. Grown up fishing the south end of the Indian River Lagoon and the near shore waters of that area on the Treasure Coast. Been guiding there for the last 20 years. And then within the last probably 5 to 7 years, I've been traveling and spending a lot of time in the Panama City Beach area. And I've really just fallen in love with the area. The fishery is super diverse. It's beautiful.
Well, we're happy when you're here, and I tell you what, we're happy when you come on a little better set of conditions than we have right now. So we do a few different styles of filming these shows, and what we do a lot of times is, hey, the bite's hot, fishing's good. We just grab the gear and we go fishing. Well, when we have somebody coming from a ways, Ed's down in Southeast Florida, you know, we have to schedule these things. Well, it just so happened we didn't have optimal conditions. But hey, this is real life, you know? We don't always have these light wind days and clear water. That's what we have most of the time here, but we just got off of a 20-inch rain event over the past couple of days. Our beautiful emerald green water here just turned black.
Yeah.
New set of challenges, but we're gonna see what we can make work.
So I've fished with Justin many times in the past, and what I've learned is you can be ready to expect anything. And he's kind of like me, you know, we go out and we're prepared for whatever gets thrown at us. Summertime pattern in Florida, you never know what Mother Nature's going to throw at you. So you have to be ready for sight fishing fish in a foot of water, or we're running offshore and jigging fish in 80, 90 feet of water.
Luck is where preparation meets opportunity.
I've called it luck for a long time, and one of my customers said, well, you create a lot of your own luck.
That's true. You know, Ed is a professional guide as well. He fishes primarily just in the bays, backcountry fishing, light tackle stuff, and I mean, come on, he works at D.O.A. He knows and uses every lure that they have. And so what better person to have on the boat with you when we're gonna kind of just wing it here? I mean, I know what areas I want to fish, and I know that I've caught fish there recently. The problem is, with this dark water, I'm not exactly sure how to target those fish and what lure is gonna be best. So this is kind of like a puzzle that I don't have the pieces to yet. And y'all know I'm a planner. I mean, I've been fishing out in the Gulf for the past few weeks, and every day I'm out here, I find a hot bite and I'm just adding that to my to-do list of what I'm planning on taking Ed out here to do. And all of a sudden, all those puzzle pieces that I had, they're all gone. So now I have a new puzzle to put together, and I don't know what pieces to work with. of our go-to fisheries in the summertime is these big bull reds at the bridge.
So we take off. As we blast across the pass, we come into a frenzy, a feeding frenzy.
Ooh, got him! I got the boat. I can't wait to see what it is.
So we take off, and of course the wind's blowing, there's rain all around us, and you know, you just never know. So as we blast across the pass, we come into a frenzy, a feeding frenzy.
There's something busting up here. I have no idea what it is, but on a day like today when it's blowing and the water's dirty and you don't really know what you're going after, you see activity on the surface, better check it out. This style of fishing, where we're on a flat and we're fishing on the trolling motor, you actually are way more effective to fish a soft plastic than you are live bait. When you have this dirty water, getting some colors that stand out, maybe something that's got some good vibration to it, that's what's gonna get bites. And those fish are probably gonna be scattered through that dark water area. So if we stuck with the live bait thing, we probably would not have much success. This stuff just looks like the real thing.
Yeah, it looks good, and it sinks and falls good.
Yeah,
You know,
there's a
that's
lot of
something-
things that look like the real thing in the package.
Yeah,
I'm talking about in the water. You look at this shrimp swimming through the water and it looks like the real thing.
does what a shrimp does.
One of our go-to fisheries in the summertime is these big bull reds at the bridge. And, you know, when we're dealing with all this, you know, extremely rough Gulf, and, you know, I knew the water up on these flats was gonna be kind of dirty. We wouldn't be able to sight fish them like I'm used to doing. So I was really kind of just throwing ideas around, and I said, well, look, man, we've been doing these big redfish, you know, at the bridges in the afternoons. Let's try that.
So we take off from the marsh and run out towards the pass. Tide is ripping. We drop the Minn Kota Tarova, hit spot lock, and it's holding us in place. And we're really just scanning the rocks on the bottom. So dark you really can't see anything, but with the side scan, we're picking up fish.
You know, that's some bigger stuff right there. Oh, I bet that's redfish.
And we're trying to present baits to them and judge, you know, where we're casting, how fast our baits are gonna sink to maybe get in front of that fish. Just as we pull the trolling motor up, we look over, there's a redfish floating right next to the boat.
Oh, got him! Hey, sometimes that's how it works. We were pulling out of here.
That was awesome.
Trolling motor up. I just saw him. It almost looked like he came up, rolled on the surface. I'm actually not so sure that is redfish.
I don't know.
He's going way
pretty
too
awesome.
far up there, yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta act like you're leaving.
That's right.
Fires motivates them to go ahead and play.
Luckily, Justin looked up, he had a 3-inch D.O.A shrimp on, and it was just a perfect bait because it doesn't sink super fast. Slow falling bait, he flipped that thing about 6 feet in front of the redfish, and we just watched it come over and crush that shrimp.
He just poked his head out of the water.
That
It
was
looked
crazy.
like redfish coloration, but in this water, everything
Everything
looks kind of red.
That shrimp with all that glitter looks like
Yeah.
all these minnows floating in and out of here.
I can't wait to see what it is. It looked like a redfish to me.
That was a pretty cool experience. Even though it didn't happen how we had anticipated, still we were ready for it. Justin was prepared and we caught that fish.
You know, it's kind of funny how we have different perspective on a successful day or not. For me, this was kind of a slower day. But with that being said, we went out there, we didn't have to work very hard, and we started catching fish. You know, it wasn't the biggest trophy redfish you've ever caught, but I tell you what, these redfish on the flats are always a lot of fun. And even I got to learn a few things. You know, my color choices would probably have been a little different if I didn't have Ed there kind of guiding me through what colors he has success in the darker water like that. And it also allowed me, I got this new 25 Dorado, it allowed me the chance to get it up there on the flats, which was kind of a new thing on that boat. I had not tried that yet. So I was able to get it up there, and it really showed off getting up in the super shallow water, you know, up there where these trout and redfish were. So all in all, it was a really good learning day for me.
We thought day one was a little bit rough, and then day two, Mother Nature had a little bit more in store for us.
Sometimes everything is a fight, but those days often are the days that turn out to be incredible.
Yep. There we go. Something. It's a bite. You know, so one of the constant changing deals out here is this weather. I mean, I don't care what our weather forecast says. You better be watching it because it changes by the minute. Well, Ed, Mother Nature didn't give us much of a weather window today. It's already closing in on us.
It's coming. But it was fun. We made the best of it.
Yeah, we had a short window this morning before the storms get here. It was windy, a lot of fresh water. It seems like everything was working against us, but can't catch them if you're not out there, and we proved that today. So I knew day one was going to give us some challenges. Well, day two, I know we got some storms to deal with as well. You know, that's in the forecast for the whole week, and that's kind of a typical summer pattern. But I'm excited to get Ed back out here in the Gulf because this is what we've been doing lately. This is, you know, this is what I had planned on all along. So let's get out here and see what happens on day two.
We thought day one was a little bit rough, and then day two, Mother Nature had a little bit more in store for us. We showed up early and ended up having to go to breakfast, which wasn't bad, but we'd rather been fishing.
This morning, I was up here at 6 o'clock. I just wanted to catch bait.
Yep.
Bait's been kind of difficult, it's been windy. You know, yesterday we fished for a minute and got ran off the water by storms. So that was my first goal. Well, I caught bait, and then the storms set back in this morning. I was in the lagoon right here at 6 o'clock catching bait this morning. What is it, 10:30 now?
Yeah.
And we're just now pulling out to go fishing. Finally, the storm's cleared up. We get to go ride out in the Gulf for a minute.
Sometimes everything is a fight, but those days often are the days that turn out to be incredible.
Yep. And every success you have is that much sweeter because you worked really hard for
That's
it.
right.
One of my favorite late summer patterns is run and gun fishing out here in the Gulf. I mean, it's hot outside, and let's face it, when you're riding, you're making air conditioning, so that's a pretty good deal. And there's a lot of surface activity. Well, we catch mahis all summer long, but late summer into early fall is prime time. And we're getting into some of those better fish now. All right, I just saw a couple little mahis jump. Oh, there's one right there.
So what I really love about Panama City Beach is regardless of the conditions, you can usually find a place to hide out and catch a few fish, and that's exactly what we did.
Man, they're pretty. They are beautiful, man. I never get tired of catching these. There we go. First mahi of the day. This fish only knew what we waited out to get to him. Sometimes you gotta work a little for them, but man, I tell you what, they don't get much prettier than that. And in the Gulf of Mexico, Ed, you know we don't have size limits on these guys.
Really?
Yep. So
right.
that fish right there is probably only a few months old. They're the fastest growing fish in the Gulf, which is why they're one of the most renewable food fish. You see mahi on the menu a lot. They grow super fast, and there's a ton of them out here. So as much releasing as we do on Chasing the Sun, we're gonna bring just a few of these guys back home for a little hook and cook action. So late summer, run and gun fishing is part of our regular routine when the Gulf's nice and calm. And for the past week, I mean, pretty much every day, I'm running straight offshore till I find some patches of grass or some, you know, a floating tree trunk or whatever it may be, and it's had some nice mahis on it. Well, every day that I'm running out there, I keep passing by this big cargo ship.
Chasin knew of a ship offshore that had been sitting there for about 4 or 5 days, and we wanted to run out and see what was hanging around it.
Yeah, I mean, all the way to the bottom here, there's stuff everywhere. So when we pull up to this cargo ship, I mean, I could already see on the surface there's bait everywhere. Looks like about 50 feet down. Some bigger marks.
Yeah, I see some marks.
Could be kingfish, bonitas, blackfins. You know, I don't know what's there. I could see the baits themselves were Spanish sardines, but what's feeding them? I don't know. That's part of the fun here. I didn't have any Spanish sardines in the live well, so we could have gone over there and used a rig to actually catch some on hook and line and use those as live bait, but man, I got Ed with me. He's like the lure specialist. He's got every DOA ever made. There we go. Something. It's a bite. This is a mystery bite out here on the ship. Been anchored out here for a few days. Kingfish or bonita. You got a kingfish. All right. Kingfish on mono. On jigs.
There you go. One of our most versatile baits. We were in there catching redfish on them, and now here we are out here catching some kingfish. Pretty fun.
Almost had you, buddy. Got you now. There you go.
Well, it looks like we got some weather, dude.
It's just not gonna give us a break. It's gonna chase us off the water in the morning, the afternoon.
Yeah.
Sometimes, hey, at least we got to go catch something.
Heck yeah, that's been a blast. And who knows what we'll see between here and the dock, but
That's true.
We'll
Hopefully
probably
we don't
see
see too much, because if we see something really good on the way back, you know we're gonna have to stop and catch them. You know, so we got our window. I'm so glad we were able to run out here in the Gulf, show Ed a few different kinds of fish that we have up here in Panama City Beach. Look at the colors on that dude right there. Beautiful. The only problem with that is now that we got out here, we had to go from the cargo ship out a little further looking for the mahis and all that. Well, now we're out here and home's here. The problem is that little green spot on my radar that I saw, not a big deal. I plan on just running around it either side, normal routine. Well, that thing is growing, and it's growing so fast that I realize there's not gonna be a way around it.
We realized we better make a run for it.
I cannot stand when this happens. It doesn't get me very often, but it did this time. So I talked with everybody. We took the camera gear, put it down below. Luckily, we got lots of storage on this boat, and we just said we're just going straight through. So we just lowered our heads, hit the throttle, and made the run through the storm.
We make it through that squall and make it back inside the pass. The sun actually popped out for a second, and we thought, you know, being a fisherman, you're like eternally optimistic. Make it all the way into the no-wake zone, idling into the marina, and it just comes down and just finishes our day for us.
proper way to end this adventure. There it is, you got it. Nice.
Coming up, Travis visits a local escape room and recruits some much-needed help.
Trust me?
No, I just met you.
I don't trust me
It
either.
says to stand back.
Chasing the Sun's been brought to you by Native Eyewear, built for the backcountry. Pirates Cove Marina, you enjoy the Gulf, we'll take care of the rest. Minn Kota. And by Visit Panama City Beach, real fun beach.
What? Oh, no way, we did it.
I would push the button. Trust me?
No, I just met you.
I don't trust
And
me
it
either.
says to stand back. I think those are the coins.
We're at Escape Zone 60 in Panama City Beach. It's an escape room.
What is an escape room? That is always a challenge. The short answer is you get locked in a room for 60 minutes and you have to solve puzzles to get out. That in no way describes how great of an experience it is.
Since I'm here on vacation, kind of by myself, I needed to enlist a little help. So we have Elise and Heather from Holiday Inn Resorts here in Panama City Beach.
I will give you one big hint to get you guys started.
Perfect.
That is, everything in the room is a clue, or it's not.
Let's go. 60 minutes.
Okay.
And we're trying to get out of here.
Yeah. Oh, wait. You think something goes in those?
No, it's screws.
It's a team building concept where 4 or more people go into a room and they work together to solve the puzzles in the room. And it's not your typical puzzles. It's more of relating objects in the room, different pictures, that type of stuff in the room.
Holy crap.
Everyone from 9 years on up to 99 years. of age. As a matter of fact, the broader the age range in the group, the better the chance you have of escaping.
Yay! We did it! We survived!
Moments. We have seconds.
Literally seconds.
This was our first one. And he lives in Southeast Florida, so for him to make the trip up here, a little rain's not gonna stop us from getting out here and catching some fish. But I already talked with Ed, and I'm gonna get him to come back this fall and do some more filming, and hopefully we can find some sunny days and some good conditions so we can show him everything else out here.